Thank you. Good morning, Tantinur, and good morning, everyone. And welcome to this latest edition of the seminar on the European Economic Area, the EEA. I'm speaking to you from Geneva, where EFTA is headquartered, the initial home of EFTA since its foundation in 1960. Symbolically, Brussels has become its second home in the meantime, and actually EFTA's largest workstation. Before we go into the EEA, let me tell you a few words about EFTA. The association was founded in 1960 with the signing of the EFTA Convention in Stockholm as an alternative to the newly formed European Economic Community at the time. At the outset, the objective of the 7 founding members were to establish a free trade area and to contribute to a broader economic development and integration in Europe. It's interesting to note that the basic economic aim of the EFTA Convention was the same as that of the Treaty of Rome, to create a market free of unnecessary barriers to trade. However, it was based on the traditional principle of intergovernmental cooperation, therefore different from the Treaty of Rome. Throughout these 62 years, EFTA has gone through several changes in membership. And as you can see from our logo, it now includes 4 member states: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. While the other founding members are today members of the EU, with the exception of the United Kingdom. EFTA initially served as a framework for the trade relations among its members. Quickly evolved, though, into a platform to EFTA members' relation with the EU, with the free trade agreement signed in 1972 between the EFTA States and the EEC, culminating with the launch of the EEA Agreement in 1994. Beyond European trade relations, EFTA has become, since the early 90s, the common platform of its members for their free trade relations outside Europe. Today, we have more than 30 free trade agreements covering trade with some 40 countries across all continents. With that, one of the largest network of free trade agreements in the world. This is the historic setup of EFTA. Today, the challenge relates to a lesser extent to the architecture of European relations and tend to relate more to key policy issues. As Europe is tackling the challenges of climate change, the digital revolution, the health union, social protection in an open market environment, sustainability at large, a growing trade nationalism at global level, so do the EFTA countries. In these turbulent circumstances, we at EFTA are convinced that the EFTA membership is of great importance to its 4 member states, as they need to build alliances and participate in international cooperation. Against this background, we at EFTA have 3 main fields of activity. First, the regulation of economic relations among the EFTA states. Second, the development and management of our worldwide network of free trade agreements. And last, but certainly not least, the management of the EEA Agreement, our topic of the day. With the EEA, the 3 EEA EFTA countries have managed to secure a fantastic agreement to ensure a stable and favorable contribution to European integration for the benefit both of our people and companies and of those of our EU partners. EEA EFTA countries' commitment to European integration and to European values is to some extent stronger than in some of the EU members. The credibility of the EEA is high, which helps us in our interactions with our counterparts from the EU institutions. The EEA Agreement has, over the years, proven to be an extremely resilient construction. Since the conclusion of the agreement, the EU went through 4 enlargement rounds, 4 treaty reforms, including some substantial changes in the EU's own institutional setup, and had to overcome a number of crises. Meanwhile, the EEA cooperation continued, even consolidated, and still functions to the satisfaction of all parties involved. The EEA is also a demonstration of solidarity among the countries of Europe to overcome social and economic challenges. The so-called EEA and Norway grants have made a lasting contribution to reducing social and economic disparities in Europe and supporting a free and vibrant civil society, which is beneficial for the whole EEA. Since the EEA Agreement was signed some 30 years ago, Europe and the world have undergone profound evolutions. In my view, the key underlying reason for the EEA to prove successful in addressing these challenges over the years is the positive spirit of cooperation between the EEA EFTA states and their EU friends and partners. This positive spirit, grounded on common values and the fundamental agreements of what we want from each other, this spirit continues to prevail, and I'm therefore confident that we will be successful in tackling upcoming challenges such as the green and digital revolution or the more recent health policy challenges. During today's seminar, you will get first-hand information on the EEA from some of the key personnel at the EFTA Secretariat and from the most relevant organizations that play a fundamental role in the well-functioning of the agreement, namely the EFTA Surveillance Authority and the EFTA Court. You will also enjoy special presentations and dialogue with the two co-chairs of the EEA Joint Committee, which is the managing body from the agreement. It will be Liechtenstein's ambassador to the EU, who is currently chairing the Joint Committee on the EFTA side, and the Secretary-General of the European Commission. We're looking forward to welcoming the representatives from the Commission's SecGen, as they just took over, actually, as our counterpart on the EU side in the beginning of this year. I would also like to highlight some extraordinary sessions in the afternoon, such as decision shaping through the so-called EEA EFTA Commons and the important role of the advisory bodies. Wish you a great seminar and encourage you to take part actively in the discussions throughout the day.